Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Just in case you're not aware, or perhaps you might forget, we don't want that, do we? There's a very good undercard fight on the Joe Joyce-Derek Chisora main event on Saturday, and that is between Dennis McCann and Ionut Baluta. This is a rematch of a fight that occurred back in 2023 in August. It was a technical draw, but at the time I thought Baluta was coming on strong. McCann began well, but Baluta was coming on strong. And McCann he remains undefeated. He's had 15 wins, 8 KOs, 1 draw, which was to Baluta. No defeats. Baluta is currently 16 wins with 3 KOs, 4 defeats, all on points, and 1 draw. Now, Baluta, he's from Romania. He's 30 years old, orthodox fighter, and he's based out of Watford. But he spent the first half of his career in Spain, and he lost to a journeyman, I think, in one of his early fights, his third fight, I think it was. And later on, he lost to an undefeated guy called Sebastian Perez. That was an 8-rounder. He was just ticking over, making a few quid here and there. And then he came to Britain for an appearance in Britain for the WBO European, whatever the hell it was, bantam. I think it was the vacant bantam title. But the point is, he took on Kyle Williams, who was 11 wins and one defeat, and beat him on a split decision, and that was considered a major shock. And Baluta showed he could really fight. He then went over to Dubai and beat TJ Donahue over 8 rounds. That was a unanimous decision. So he's making a bit of a name for himself with some familiar, domestic level names here. 2 fights later, he took on Michael Conlan, and again, this was for one of those intercontinental belts, but it was up at super bantam, and Michael Conlan beat him majority decision. But he made a real fight of it, Baluta. And again, his stock rose. Even in defeat, your stock can rise, of course. So he then took on Brad Foster. This was in 2022. The Conlan fight was 2021. So it's the following year, 2022, he took on Brad Foster, who was 14-1-2, and won a unanimous decision over 10 rounds over him. And then he took on Liam Davis, and he was legitimately beaten. I mean, Davies did beat him, but again, it was a unanimous 12-round decision. And because he's fighting all these really good, British-level guys, maybe fringe European-level guys, Baluta's stock is rising because he's taking everyone on available, and even when he loses, he's doing very, very well. But then came the Andrew Kane fight. Now, Andrew Kane last weekend was seen picking up British and Commonwealth titles against Ashley Lane, stopping Ashley Lane, the Cinderella man. And he's got 1 defeat on his record, and guess who that's to? Ionut Baluta. He lost a split decision. Even though he had Baluta down twice in the first round, he ended up going on the floor in the 9th round, I think it was. So a brilliant win, absolutely brilliant win for Baluta, who then went in with Dennis McCann. This was in August of 2023. It was a technical 9-round technical decision, clash of heads. McCann was badly cut. And so this is the rematch. Now, McCann, like I say, undefeated. He's 7 years younger. He's 23. He's a southpaw. And it did take, in that first fight, it did look like it took Baluta a few rounds to sort of get to grips with what was going on. The thing about Baluta is he's kind of like a David Avanesian type. Very, very good, very crafty. And he kind of makes up for any technical shortcomings. Although technically he's not bad at all, he makes up for any shortcomings by just having a lot of savvy, quite a high ring IQ. And as with Kane, the defeat that Baluta inflicted on Kane emerged as I think, a better fighter. And so I think it's also true that McCann will have come out of that 9-round draw as a better fighter, because he was in with a very, very crafty guy who is at 30 is probably as good as he's going to get, a mature guy. And, McCann has shown a lot of promise. In his last fight, he beat Brad Strand for the Super Bantam, British and Commonwealth titles. He's also got a pretty good win over Joe Ham. That's not a bad win. Stopped him in 8. He also stopped James Beach Jr. in 8. These are good domestic level fighters. And I think against Ham, I think he picked up the Commonwealth belt Yeah, that's right. And then when he fought Strand, that was for the vacant British title, I think. But anyway, the point is that McCann clearly was being fast-tracked, and then he bumps into Baluta, a little bit of a minor hiccup with the draw. So the natural thing is put him back in the ring. So how do I think this is going to go? Well, I can certainly see a way of Baluta outpointing McCann, because he is so crafty, because he knows how to pinch rounds, because he's got a great engine, very, very good stamina. He's a front-footed guy, but again, he's crafty with it. He doesn't mind risking taking a shot, but he won't take any stupid risks, if you know what I mean. He'll move forward, and normally, at the moment he gets into range, he'll be the one firing. When he stands off, he can be picked off, as we saw with McCann and the Kane fight. Actually, in fact, he was almost, like I say, he was almost caught early against Kane, knocked down in the first round twice. And Andrew Kane is a very hurtful puncher, very precise puncher. So that win, there's no doubt in my mind, Kane is a better fighter because of that split decision loss to Baluta. Having said that, I think McCann will have learnt quite a bit from that first fight. He's probably not going to take Baluta lightly at all now. I'm not saying he did in the first fight, but perhaps he did a little bit. Perhaps he was sort of riding the crest of a wave and then the wave crashed, if you know what I mean. And I see McCann probably starting better. Baluta will be having a look at him, being a little bit reticent. And first, after about 3 rounds, he'll get his skates on, start coming forward, and looking to land hurtful punches, looking to counter as well. Don't forget that McCann, since the Baluta fight, has also had that 12-round unanimous decision over Brad Strand, and those 12 rounds are invaluable at any championship level. So I'm going to, and I don't say this with any great confidence, I think that Dennis McCann will win a very close decision over Ionut Baluta in this rematch. Could go the other way, certainly. I don't see Baluta stopping Strand. He hasn't got many KOs, only 3 on his resume. But to be honest with you, I don't really see McCann stopping Baluta either. So I'm going to go for points. And I think this fight will probably be won by McCann. I think he'll resist a late surge from Baluta, who will, by that point, will have got the hang of the southpaw stance and will probably be... I think Baluta will probably try to come on in the last third of the fight, thinking he's behind on points, which he might be. But I see McCann resisting that late surge and winning a very close decision on 15-113, maybe a majority, maybe a split even. But I think McCann's going to do it this time on points. So let me know what your opinion is. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? If you don't agree with me, tell me why. You know, we've all got opinions. We'll all have a listen, have a chit chat about it. But it is a good fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. So don't forget it. It's on, like I say, the undercard of the Joyce Chisora fight. And I think this will be an action-packed, very entertaining fight indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time as always. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button as well. Do all that good stuff. You know, it makes sense. Spread the word about Joe Starr Boxing. Thank you very much, and bye for now.